Hello, everybody. Welcome to another interview with Team Germany in the Overwatch World Cup 2026. My name is Apostle, and today joining us, we have maybe one of the star players for Team Germany. It's Eisgnom. How are you doing, Eisgnom?
Hello, thanks for having me. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Super excited to have you on here today. Because obviously we're going to be talking about the World Cup, and it's the first World Cup we've had in a while. What was your reaction when you saw that the World Cup was coming back here this year?
I was really happy to see that the World Cup is coming back this year because it meant that I have an opportunity to play for Team Germany in the World Cup. And I mean, any player always wants to. I mean, I guess most players always want to play for like it's kind of a dream to play for their national team, in the esports. So I was really excited.
Absolutely. Did you watch the World Cup in previous years?
Yeah, I think I mean the last one for sure I watched.
Mhm.
Maybe not all the matches, but I'm not sure. I mean, maybe before as well. I don't really remember.
That was a long time ago,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was so long ago.
So, given that was a fairly long time ago, when did you really start getting into like pro Overwatch and stuff?
I mean, kind of like I would say like glided into it. I wouldn't say like here I started or something. I was always it's like playing ranked and even like when I was like masters or something, playing in scrims with like friend teams or something.
Hmm.
So, but maybe like I mean, really started last year or the year before, I would say.
So really only in the past couple of years that you've really started getting to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've had some pretty explosive growth then in that case, given that nowadays people talk about you as like one of the better tanks currently playing in EMEA. And I'm sure you're looking to kind of make the most of that talent here on Team Germany. How does it compare the Overwatch World Cup as opposed to OWCS?
It's obviously very different because in OWCS you only play like with and against the top teams,
Hmm.
and the World Cup the like level of teams are very varied. There's like Team Saudi Arabia or something with only top OWCS players, and then other teams are not as strong. So the level varies more between the teams, I'd say.
Absolutely. Sure, sure. When you started playing in OWCS, did you ever imagine that you'd now be playing here on Team Germany?
Probably not like when I played my first tournament, probably didn't think that, but I mean, I'd never really thought about it to be honest. I think.
Sure. So when you got into like when you did play your first tournament, what was your goal? Like what did you think your ceiling was back then, and how does it compare to where you are now?
I was just playing for fun. I didn't really think about anything like that. I was just playing with some friends for fun. So
Yeah.
I don't really, I didn't really have a goal. I think. I mean, I just kind of like glided into becoming a pro in Overwatch. I think.
Right. But I'm assuming you're pretty happy with how you are now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious. What's the story behind the name Ice Nom? What does it mean anything in particular to you, or what's behind that?
Uh, it's like from BattleNet where you can auto generate names.
Oh,
So
really?
it's like an auto generated name. I'd like some other username, and then I wanted to like change it on my account, and then there was like a free name change. So I was like, oh, I don't know what to name it, but I want to change it. So just kept randomly changing it, and then got to Ice Gnome, and I was like, oh, that sounds funny. And then and then after that, I realized that it cost like $10 on the next name change. So then I decided to just tank it and just stick with
You
it.
had to embrace it at that point.
Yeah,
That's surprising. I always figured that it had something to do with German because it sounds like a German name, doesn't
yeah.
it?
I mean, it's just a German word, but it's like a gnome made of ice. There's
Ice
nothing really
gnome.
special. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
pretty intuitive.
Absolutely. So, talking about what the World Cup is looking like this year, we've been seeing a lot of different teams and stuff being put together. Is there anyone who like you're kind of keeping an eye on that you're kind of looking as maybe a potential threat or a potential rival to you guys?
I mean, I guess there's a lot of threats to us. There's like obviously some teams that are like objectively higher level than us, like Saudi Arabia or something.
Hmm.
But I'm just looking to like punch up to those teams.
Right.
Mm, I mean, there's not really a team I'm looking at that's like, oh, I really want to beat these guys. Maybe Team Austria, or I guess yeah, Team Sweden as well,
Yeah.
but
What
nothing
what
really in particular.
what would you say is like your favorite World Cup team besides your own?
Yeah, I was gonna say Team Germany. Maybe my favorite one is maybe like Team UK.
Mm.
They're gonna have like a fun style, I guess,
Yeah, you think they'll be able to put on a good show?
for sure.
Yeah. Now, I'm kind of curious. If you could make a dream OWCS roster to play with, who would be in that for you?
I mean, to be honest, like this team is my dream team, kind of. Like
It's the
I'm
people you're
happy
with
with
right
everyone
now?
on there. Yeah, I mean it's really great. I can't really complain. Like sounds kind of stupid, but to be honest, like this team,
Yeah. So, is that like was it your dream team before you even got on the roster, or is it just now that all the pieces have come together, it's like there's
I
nowhere
mean,
you'd
just
rather
kind of
be?
yeah, just kind of how it came together. Yeah, I couldn't look at the team. I was like, oh, I wish I could join that team or something. I'm
Right.
like in the perfect place for me.
Right. Now, in comparison, Team Germany a bit newer. You've got a bunch of different skill levels and stuff there coming all together. Well, how's the team environment been coming together in such a short time?
I think the team environment is pretty chill. Like everyone's pretty chill. There's no one who's like annoying to play with or something. Of course, the experience level is different between like the players on my OWCS team and Team Germany. But I think Team Germany, we're gonna focus on like practicing the basics and just getting the basics straight, and then kind of working with that.
Sure. Do you need to be a bit of like a mentor figure given that you have played at such high levels?
I'm not really too good at that kind of stuff since I'm like someone who's like I wouldn't say I've like reached near my cap, from like experience and stuff. I still don't have like a lot of experience or whatever. Of course, more
Hmm.
than some teammates, but I guess probably Hardy would fit that position more as he's played like a lot of lands and Overwatch League tournaments and stuff. So he's probably more in that position, like a mentor.
Sure, sure. How has it been to play with Hadi, given that he was like, for a lot of people, he's known as like the OG German tank. Did you like ever look up to him when you were kind of like still a younger player or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I didn't scrim with Hardy yet. It's either like him or me playing in Team Germany scrims. I haven't
Yeah,
been playing this week because focusing more on OWCS. Probably after that, I'll scrim more with Team Germany again. But I mean, yeah, of course, like playing Path to Pro, I was always looking up to Hardy because he's like the German tank guy.
hmm,
So obviously, like he's of course been an inspiration, and I've looked up to him for a long time.
yeah. Now, was it like a kind of like a meeting your hero scenario the first time you got to like you find out you were on the same team as him or anything like that?
Maybe not that extreme, but uh, yeah, maybe not that extreme.
Right, fair, fair. What would you say are like the main differences between like Team Germany compared to Virtus.Pro, outside of like experience?
Uh, I mean, yeah, the biggest difference is experience, and also like, I mean, I don't really know. Like, there's like, of course, a skill gap between the players outside of experience as well, and um, yeah, I don't really know.
Is there like does
It's
Team
just
Germany like
very
prefer to
different. I
play
mean, I haven't
certain
scrimmed that much with Team Germany, so we've
right?
only done like a couple of scrims that I've played, but
Do you bring any of like Virtus.Pro's kind of like strategies or play style into Team Germany, or maybe I should say, do you plan to once you do start like kind of
I
committing more
mean,
time there?
yeah, sure. When you play scrims, you like always want to kind of play how you would play in the team. Like if you were like if we're like in a certain old situation or something in VP, then if we're in Team Germany scrim, I'm probably gonna call to do the same thing.
Hmm.
Might work, might not work, but of course something like that is gonna like transfer or how we like engage with Vendetta or something or use ult. Of course, I'll try to like just do the same thing as on VP in Team
Right.
Germany.
Now, I guess the flip side of that would be, is there anything that you've kind of like learned from being on Team Germany? Like, being on two teams at once kind of like gives you twice as much experience. You're kind of learning twice as fast, and if everything goes well, have you been able to kind of get anything in particular out of the time you spent with them so far?
Um, Maybe not that much. Just like usually when like on the OWCS team, it usually things like happen easier, you know. Like it's
Mm,
like, oh, let's just retake, and I just go here, and then like Kev's gonna go somewhere, and Psycho's gonna do something, you know. It's not like, and then that works because we like do some split and then have a good timing or something. But things are like a little bit harder to like execute, you know. Like some plans are harder to execute, or it's gonna be messier or something. So uh, what did I learn? That it's not that easy a lot of the time, and I think I can learn a lot from like myself as well to like call certain things that I want to happen, you know, that sometimes happen naturally, but I mean, I'm not really sure.
right, yeah. Do you find that um playing in a bit of a more difficult environment is an opportunity for you to kind of become a better player, almost like working out with training weights, if you will?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, you can for sure still become a better player from that because, like, for example, oftentimes Landon will like carry me out of like situations where I've thrown, you know, and then he'll be there to like care, or we just win by some magic pick or something. But like my mistakes will get exposed more easily. So I mean, there's obviously a lot to learn
Right.
from like both team environments.
So in a way, it's kind of going to force you to take those mistakes
Yeah,
and just
I
lower
have
the
to,
amount even more.
yeah, and I have to play better, like do more to win, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say was the most difficult part, or like the most difficult thing you had to learn on your journey from like just being a ranked player to now becoming a pro and playing with all these players?
I mean, it's probably just the like team play aspect. It's not just. I mean, in ranked you just do your own thing and just don't talk. And I mean, it's probably like the communication stuff. Like in Overwatch one, I was a off tank player as well, so I didn't really talk that much. So and in
Hmm.
ranked, you just sit there and play and don't really talk as well. So I think that's the like talking and listening is the most difficult change
Sure,
from
sure.
ranked player to pro player.
Yeah. So you said you didn't used to talk that much because you were an off tank player. But now I'm assuming as a tank, do you play a pretty major role in comms?
I mean, yeah, as a tank, you have to like call on lead some fights sometimes because you're like the one in the front who like sees everything and has to control a lot of stuff. I don't do like, I mean, I probably call less than some other tank players, but
Hmm.
I would say I'm like in a middle situation where I try to call like what's necessary and then try to leave some room for others. Because like on my OWCS team, I have a lot of like really smart players who can like make good plans with their ult themselves, you know. So oftentimes they have a better idea than me, you know, and then like Landon is gonna know how to win with his fox, you know, for example.
Hmm. So do you feel a bit more pressure when it comes to comming for Team Germany?
I mean, you have to take the lead a lot more in that because most of the time you're gonna have like a good idea of how to win. So
Hmm.
I mean, it's obviously good to just take a leader position.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm curious for Team Germany, do you comm in German there?
No, 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 we come in English,
You still
and
comm in
it's
English?
yeah, it's just like everyone is used to talking in English all the time in scrims,
Right.
and German sounds really weird if you're coming with it. It sounds very awkward. It's really weird to
It,
try
the,
to come in German. It's
yeah,
very
is it
awkward.
just words being too long to be able to actually get out in the middle of the team fight?
Everything, I mean, everything just sounds wrong. So,
Yeah,
and I mean, everyone is used to just calling in English anyways. So,
right.
and we have SXJ who doesn't speak German. So that's like sometimes we have SXJ. I'm not really sure what's happening there with the passport or citizenship or whatever. But yeah, I mean, just talking in English is for sure the best way.
Yeah. Would you like given the chance, do you think like if everyone was able to like understand it frequently, do you think it'd be like fun to try to challenge yourself and see if you guys can do comms in German just as like a training exercise or
I mean, I don't see a lot of like things to gain from that, but it would
it
for
would,
sure be
it
funny
would
to,
just be more
to
work than it's worth?
yeah. I mean, there's not nothing much to gain from that, but it would for sure be funny to do that.
Yeah, for
just for
sure.
fun, have a
Now,
laugh.
kind of talking about Team Germany as a whole here. Like you mentioned, this is the first year that you are able to take a spot because last time it happened, I'm not sure if you were even eligible yet, but you hadn't like really started your career at that point. Um, what was your reaction when the roster came out and you realized that like there's a good chance you're going to be like one of the major starters here alongside Hadi?
Um, I think I was. I mean, I would have been surprised if I wasn't on the like if I didn't make the Team Germany roster.
Hmm.
So it was kind of like oh yeah, I did it. Like I mean, I knew I was gonna be on the roster.
Sure. Do you feel like any sense of like pride to be able to play for Team Germany and represent the country on such a big stage?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, nice to represent your country. So yeah.
Yeah. What would you say it means to you personally to like kind of carry the dreams of your people?
uh,
Yeah, like yeah, you are representing, you know, the hopes of an entire country to be able to like have a great performance on national stage. Not to put too much pressure on you or anything here, but I
I
mean,
mean,
well, I guess the first question is to ask, like, do you feel a sense of pressure by like having to represent a whole country as opposed to like just like Virtus.Pro, which is just like a fan base?
I mean, I haven't really thought about that, but probably not. I feel like any match you go in, it's kind of the same. Like there's of course some pressure to perform good and win, but I wouldn't say like feel like some major pressure about that to fight for Germany or something.
No, fair enough. Yeah. So it sounds by the sounds of it that you have like a very relaxed kind of mental when you go in.
Yeah, I mean, of course, always try to be calm, but uh, yeah, I'm not putting too much pressure on the team Germany or like the World Cup stuff right now.
Mhm. Yeah. Do you think that this kind of approach might give you a bit of an advantage over other teams who might tend to be a bit more high strung or like they'll feel a lot more kind of pressure from fans for their countries who like need them to do well and they might end up crumbling under that. Are you kind of taking a safer approach in your opinion?
I mean, yeah, for sure. If you're like nervous or feel like too much pressure with going into a match, then you're just naturally gonna like make worse decisions and do more mistakes. So there's always some advantage in just being a little bit more chill about it.
Hmm. Right. So what would you say is the biggest thing you're hoping to get out of the World Cup here?
Um, well, the first step is to make it to that Korea tournament. There's
Mhm.
18. How many EU teams? Eight can make six
Uh
or eight.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it's a few
Something like
from
that.
each of the
Like making
conference
that
cups.
is the
Yeah.
first goal, of course. Because as I said before, there's some European teams that are, if I'm being realistic, they're out of our reach. Like we're probably not gonna win against Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make a prediction now, but so there's some teams that are like unbeatable, Team Saudi Arabia or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, just making it to the Korea stage would be nice, and then just do our best from there. And I mean, making it to the there's like some in America. I'm not sure how it works, but there's some American tournament in Anaheim after.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
making it to that is the big goal, but the Korea
yeah,
one is
the
the
finals in Blizzcon.
that,
Yeah,
that one is like the making it to the Korea one is really realistic. The finals at Blizzcon, I mean, I would take it, but it's gonna be a rough one.
it's gonna be rough. But are you confident that like if Germany is able to play at their peak, do you think you can make it?
Well, how many teams make it?
I
It
believe
depends.
it's either 16 or 8 going to BlizzCon. I want to say 16.
I'll say yeah, we can make it.
You
Fuck
can
it,
make
Team
it.
Germany, we're gonna make it. We're
All
gonna make it
right.
to BlizzCon.
Awesome. Well, that pretty much wraps up the questions I have for you here today. But before I let you go, do you have any messages for your fans, the people who are going to be watching Team Germany this year?
Mm, we're gonna try our best to figure out what to do for Team Germany and do our best to win. And appreciate the support and the cheering. So make sure you cheer in the Twitter comments and on Reddit and everywhere and like and subscribe. So thank you guys.
There we go. That's right. The players need your support, and you can show it to them here. Ice, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hearing your thoughts about everything that you have planned for the World Cup this year, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you lead the charge for Team Germany.
Thank you.
With that, that is going to be a wrap on our interview here for today. Make sure you follow Ice on his socials, as well as, of course, the rest of Team Germany, which we'll have links to in the description down below. And, you're going to want to keep an eye on because, like we said, there's big plans here for Team Germany, making it all the way to Blizzcon if things go well. So you
Guarantee.
won't want guarantee. There we go. You won't want to miss a second of that. Thank you all so much for watching today. I've been Apostle. This has been Eisgnom joining me. We'll see you back very soon with another interview. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.